The Pierce County firefighter died when a tree fell on his vehicle. This is in the city of Blackshear, about a 4-hour drive from Atlanta south and east, about 70 miles northeast of Valdosta. A fire spokesperson did not confirm if the firefighter was in his personal vehicle or fire truck when the tree fell, but that is one of 3 deadly casualties we know of from the storm. At least 3 people have died as a result of Helene, and this is the firefighter in Blackshear, Georgia.
We hate to hear that this morning, that the storm has turned deadly here in Georgia. Meteorologist Chessie McNeil has been talking to us all morning just about how the intensity was going to build and build as the system made it here. And we're seeing sort of the destruction that's being left behind, which is why we've been on the air around the clock trying to give you all the information to keep you and your family safe.
Yeah, and the impact ongoing with a flash flood advisory and warning, and also high wind warning for different areas, Chesley, right?
Yeah, I mean, the winds are still going to be around even after the rain leaves. They're still going to be a bit gusty out there, and so that's why we have our 11 Live weather impact alert that's going to last through the day today. Take a look, Truist Park. Yep, the tarp is out. Now that the skies are starting to lighten up a little bit, all of us will get a chance to kind of assess what's going on around the forecast area. Still got the rain over toward Truist as well. Everywhere outside of that tarp, I think even under the tarp, is on the soggy side. They got a good drainage system there where they recycle that water, so that's good, but not playable today. No. Not that they have a game today. All that's been postponed, folks. Here's a better look at that rain now. As I told you, coming to an end. We're getting closer to the 8:30 hour, and a lot of that's starting to lift to the north. I was telling you by 8:30, I think we'll just have that light green shade over the city. Right on time, right on time. You even see some of this yellow starting to shrink a little bit here. The area of low pressure, the center of circulation with Helene, still deemed a tropical storm with winds up to 60 miles per hour as of the 8 o'clock update. That would be the center right there. Right? It's kind of raggedy right now because the storm is weakening, but staying still, to me, heading more toward the northeast. They were saying that it was shifting more to the north, but it really went out to the east and now starting to come back further off to the north. Good for us. The closer this center would have been to us, the greater our wind impact would have been. And so we're starting to see those winds coming down just a little bit, We've seen the gusts as high as 43 miles per hour. I did clock one at 45 miles per hour and less. Over here toward the east, they were in the 50 to 60 mile per hour range. And so again, things getting better as the storm continues to pull further off toward the north. Notice the center right now over toward Elberton, Toccoa. You got Cannon as well, down toward the Athens area. Some of that rain coming back to you, Athens. Over here toward the east is where it's been the strongest. So if you look, here's the center. The outer bands of this is still causing problems over into South Carolina. This is in the Myrtle Beach area right here where we have a couple tornado warnings in effect. You still got the strongest rain over here toward the east as well. Again, that's the center, and just northeast of that center is where we have some heavy rain pushing further into, well, this will be moving into North Carolina here momentarily. And then over on the west side of the system where we are, the rain has been moderate to heavy. Haven't seen very many lightning strikes at all. Winds not as strong. And so that was good for us. We were saying if it stays to our east, we're in good shape, right? And so we've been in good shape, except for that rain, except for the rain. Rain came down with a front making its way through our area 2 days ago, and now we're still dealing with the rain from this tropical system. Tropical rain, well, the tropical air mass is a little bit different than regular rain. I can tell you that right now. Heavy. Typically, you get a tropical system that sucks all that water out of the Gulf or the Atlantic Ocean. The warm water is really feeding that system. Once it moves over land, it dumps it all out. And so in its path, it leaves nothing but lakes and streams and more rivers, right? Or swells the banks of those that we already have. And so that's what we're looking at. A lot of flooding around the forecast area. A lot of that heavy rain now lifting up to the north. You got it, Roswell, Sandy Springs as well, over toward Lawrenceville. You're dealing with some of that moderate rain that's coming down up toward Canton as well. You got moderate rain right along I-575 there, heading up toward the Canton area. You got some moderate rain. You come a little bit further down to the south, that's where it starts to dry up a little bit. Dallas and Paulding County, maybe just a few sprinkles now, some light rain coming down in your area. Carrollton, you're rained out. Look at that. You may have some drizzle in the area, but your steady, heavy rain ending. It's all come to an end. Union City still dealing with some rain down toward Peachtree City. It's light. McDonough in central Henry County, light rain. Over toward Covington as well, you got the light rain. Again, ending. That's the trend. That will be the trend. And once this gets out of the way, we're done with this rain, at least for now. Powerful system came in, Category 4, right around the Big Bend area, just to the west of Perry, Florida, and now starting to slide a little bit further off to the north. Weakened rapidly as it moved up to the north. And again, now those winds are down to 60 miles per hour. So holding on to tropical storm strength. We still have tropical storm warnings over our area as well. As long as that stays as a tropical storm and it's in our vicinity, yeah, that's the way it's going to be. We had hurricane warnings down here to the south. Those have been allowed to expire and get out of the way. Again, most of your severe weather has been over toward the east of this particular system as it continues to push to the north. Here's the very latest from the Hurricane Center. 60 mile per hour winds right now still in our state, in our northeastern counties, moving to the north at about 30 miles per hour. That's a pretty good clip for a tropical system, so it is booking, getting on out of here, folks. And I suspect by the time we get to 9-10 o'clock, the storm system will be out of our area. If it still moves more over toward the east, we'll clip South Carolina before moving into North Carolina, and then maybe back toward the west to be brought in by another area of low pressure that's up to our, or just up to our north. So we're watching that. Here's how that plays out. It'll come up here to the north and then begin to move back into this particular area of low pressure that's over here, likely to become post-tropical by this afternoon as it pushes up there to the north. Winds by then should be down to about 40 miles per hour, making it a depression or a post-tropical system. So good news there. We'll continue to dry it right on out. Now, even after we dry out, okay, I do want you to keep this in mind. We dry out, or at least the rain stops. You may want to go outside to see if anything has happened to your property. You still have to be very, very cautious. All right, because of the ground being saturated, the ground is very moist. Okay, so even walking outside could be a bit dangerous, could be a bit slick on the outside. The rain goes, but we still have those breezes out there. Okay, winds right now, these are sustained winds in the 20 mile per hour range. That's enough to knock over a weakened tree, or the ground already being saturated and it's been wobbled a little bit by stronger gusts. Those 20 mile per hour winds could knock that tree over. So I still think we're going to have falling trees as we head through the day today. The wind is a good thing because it acts as a drying agent for us. And so after it stops coming out of the sky, even on some of our roadways, it'll start to dry out. You get some drier spots in there. So that'll be good, because I'm thinking those winds will stay with us as we head through the afternoon. Even after the rain subsides, they'll be rotating around that area of low pressure that slides up to the north. Our gusts have been in the 35 to 40 mile per hour range. Still have 40 mile an hour winds up toward the Gainesville area, 39 in Duluth, 26 right now Peachtree City, 31 in the city of Atlanta. These are gusts. All right, that's enough of a gust, for example, in Covington right now to help blow over a weakened tree. All right, maybe even some of our sturdy trees, again with that loose soil that's out there. So tropical storm warning remains in effect for now, as long as that storm system is in our area and packing winds at tropical storm status, which it is, 60 miles per hour. We have that. I've been calling this a Christmas graphic here with the red and the blue. The red indicates where we have the flood warnings that are in effect. That green indicates, did I say blue? I meant green. The green indicates the flood watches that we have. And I notice these light spots in here of green. That's where we have warnings, flood warnings on some of our area creeks and streams already started to swell their banks, mainly in the moderate category. There may be a few in the high category. The rest of the rain for the rest of the day will be up to the north of us, still around that center of circulation. Not for us. Once the rain ends, we're done with that. Okay, we're going to be done with that rain. There may be some sprinkles up here to the North Georgia mountains, especially tomorrow as it continues to rotate around the area of low pressure. Certainly we'll get some more clouds in the area, but that'll be it. No more of a severe weather threat for us. We don't have to worry about that. Well over toward the east of us now. Forecast track model shows the heavy rain, and it's a smaller area of it. It's now starting to slide further off to the north, getting out of the way. Cloudy skies on the outside for the rest of the afternoon. You may get a sliver of sunshine or two, some breaks in those clouds as we head through the afternoon. For the most part, we're going to call it mostly cloudy skies. And again, 20% chance for the isolated showers for this afternoon to be around. And then we'll do it again on Saturday. Start off with some sunshine, clouds roll back in. A few isolated showers are possible. We'll give it a 20% chance or less. Most of us won't see any rainfall at all, but we will keep the clouds in place at least. Those temperatures will start to heat up as well as we get some sunshine back in here. Sunday will be the same way. Starting off with the sun, by the afternoon, clouds take over and we'll get a spotty shower or two in some spots. Our trend will be getting better as we head into the work week next week. 77 degrees for the high temperature on your Saturday. You got plans? maybe you have to clean up a little bit, right? 79 degrees on Sunday, a little better, partly sunny skies with that 20% chance for a shower or two. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, drying it out, and temperatures back up near 80 degrees, pretty much right on through the rest of the week. This is where we should be for this time of year, and we get a chance to calm things down. There are some hints that there could be more rain coming our way as we head into next weekend, but before we get there, let's just enjoy the sun while we can.